Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to start working on the fabrication of getting our brand new Force Performance 84mm turbo onto hybrid. I'm here at Fish Fab, located here in Westfield, Indiana. We've got a whole box load of parts. So we're going to do, like I said, we're going to get the turbo mounted up. We're going to do a brand new intercooler from Vibrant Performance. We got a 6-inch thick core, custom end tanks. We're going to upgrade our piping, use Vibrant's HD clamps. I mean, really just some solid upgrades for this year. But first, I need to get started on taking this thing apart. So let's set this down and get started on that. Now we're going to start by removing the bumper cover. I had this made super easy to take off. So I've got two 10mm that hold on this cooling cover that I made. I never really tighten them down, so they're just hand tight. So pop those out. This piece comes off, set it aside. Pop the grill out. And then the bumper, I just have two quick releases. I guess technically four, but two on each side there and over here. All I have to do is just maneuver it over the exhaust pipe. This bumper's seen better days, but still works. Just like that. Cover's off. Slide it out of the way. Put it over here. Alright, so with that out of the way, you can see our current turbo as well as the intercooler. So this is a 4.5-inch treadstone, like I said before. The amazing folks at Vibrant. We are moving to a 6-inch core. Now right now this is kind of angled to fit the bumper. I think to make the 6-inch core fit, we're going to have to cut these brackets back here. So let's go ahead and work on getting the intercooler and stuff out, and then we'll get the turbo off and start kind of figuring out what's going to fit. We'll be able to raise it up a little bit and work at a high level. So go ahead and take all this stuff off and get started. All right, the intercooler's off. As you saw, it's pretty easy. I had made these brackets years ago. So just popped it off. Get a good look at that PWR CNR radiator we installed before summer last week. Thing rocks. If you're having cooling issues, get you a PWR radiator and a spout fan. Problem solved. So next we need to get the turbo off. So let me set you guys up and we'll get on that. This one might take a little bit longer. All right, so we got the turbo off. Took me a little bit longer than I expected. Some of those bolts, they were a little tough to get off, and the angles to get to them is tricky. I won't be sad to see no more T4 flange in the bolts. The new turbo is V-band with the tile housing, so that'll be extremely easy to take the turbo on and off. And it gets cramped down here. You know, there's not a lot of space. We still have the factory front, no tube front or anything, but maybe one day open up a lot of room. But so I'm going to lower the car back down now, and we're going to go ahead and take off the merge piece that has the T4 flange on it and get that off there, because what we're going to try to do is, if we can get the turbo to sit relatively in the same spot, we'll pretty much just be able to take that T4 flange, cut it right off, and put our V-band flange on it. So let's lower it down and do that next, and hopefully that's not too bad. All right, back up top. Let's see here. We got to remove one bolt from the bottom here, still holding on the flange. Then from there, we've got a couple vacuum lines going to our wastegates. We'll get those off. Let me see if I can get this one. There we go. Cool. And then it's just one V-band here. Sometimes these like to stick, so I might have to, yeah, let me grab a screwdriver real quick. So once that's undone, this whole crossover comes out. Maybe. Might be a tight fit. There we go. So there's a quick look at it. It's the merge, crossover, and then my two gates, and then just dump pipes. So we're gonna try to reuse this. Like I said, we'll cut off the V-band flange and then kind of figure out as far as where the turbo's sitting, what we need to do from there. So this is done and out of the way. Here's a bit of the comparison of the intercooler we were running. So that treadstone, I'm looking about just under 4.5, and then the new Vibrant core, which is just under 6 inches. I realized I only have one in tank, so we're gonna definitely have to get another one. But yeah, I mean, this thing's a beast. And then it's a little bit shorter on the core width, but it is taller and then obviously thicker. So we got to get the other in tank, but right now that's pretty lined up to where that is, and that comes out about 4 more inches. So I mean, it should be relatively close. So I think what I'm going to do is we'll set it on something here and then lower it down, kind of see how it fits. I'm pretty sure the guys have to cut these and make some kind of new mount for the headlight buckets to get that to fit. So let's see what that is. We might end up cutting these off. This was my prior mounts. So, and the intercooler is just propped up on the stool here to get an idea. I got it sitting kind of center. I guess I could mark the sleeve, but yeah, like I mentioned, the headlight brackets, if you look, they angle out, and obviously I don't have to push back all the way, but they angle out, and so I think they're bolted in on the bottom here, so it's a little dark. I think what I'm going to do is cut them just under here, and then we'll make a brace that goes across to keep the headlights from flopping around too much, I'm hoping. You know, if we have to, we could probably do some kind of tie into the frame over there. But I think we're going to have to cut that out so then we can slide the intercooler further back. Otherwise, I tried to fit the bumper on real quick, and it's hitting down here. So let's cut those off and figure out what we have left. All right, the bracket's cut off. I got the intercooler to sit much further back now. Again, we'll have to see how sturdy those are. Last thing I want is this headlights moving, but with the suspension on the car, the whole car kind of bounces. So let's see if we can get the cover on and see how much room that has. Real quick though, I want to show you guys with these end tanks from Vibrant. I mean, this is gonna fit just perfect. I mean, that is almost perfect. I don't know, we might end up being able to reuse the mounts I had on here. Maybe make something a little bit more sturdy. Let's see what this side looks like. Now over here, I don't know, because with the turbo, I was thinking about cutting most of this front section off. It obviously fits. We'll just have to see how it all plays out. I'm just not sure. But at the moment, it looks great. All right, I'm heading back over to Jake's, over to Fish Fab. A couple days later, we've worked on it a few nights this week, just after work, kind of knocking stuff out. It's coming together. The intercooler we got to mount it up, final mounting. This thing is huge. I mean, it makes the other one look silly. So I'll get over there and show you guys what we've got done. All right, guys, so we're back here in the shop now. We've got the turbo mounted up. As you can see, the downpipes on it. We've test fitted the bumper. It's all nice and happy. We've got the V-band on there, the new tile housing, which is just sick. We got the elbow on here, so this is going to go into the intercooler. And then let's see if we can sneak down here. So this is our bracket that we're going to end up mounting the turbo to. So we've got to mount the bolts here, and then we'll do like a 1-inch tube or something, and then we'll end up putting an extra bolt or two in here just to keep this steady. So we've got that. Yeah, here's the mount. So we've got one of these guys. So we've got that. Then over here, we ended up having to plate off the edges here, which I think I've got some pictures I'll show you guys on both sides. This one's a little harder to see with that. And then also up here, we were able to put the brand new Vibrant HD pinless clamp on, which looks amazing. So once we get this big bad hoss, our Vibrant intercooler, we've got the hole over here. So that's our next step, right? We're gonna mount the intercooler up here, test fit the bumper one more time, get this dude welded, and then it's really gonna start to come together. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on that, and we'll show you guys that when it's done. Like a glove. Oops. There we go, moment of truth. All right, so Jake just finished up the new Vibrant core. We've got our one connection here for the turbo. Our end tanks are all welded up. This is going to be our other side for the, let's see, the driver's side pipes. They'll go up in the engine bay. Got an extra mount on the top, and then our two tabs. Like bring it around the side here, there, and on the other side, and then sitting down below is the old treadstone. So she put in some work, but this one's gonna do a little bit better. So turned out great. It's amazing. Love it. So now we're gonna get it up on the car, bolt it in, and finish the rest of our intercooler piping, and then we're ready to wrap this up. All right, a very successful night. We got a lot of stuff done. You guys can see behind me, we've got some intercooler piping going, and I'll flip the camera around so you can see it more. But man, this has been an awesome project, and we are in the home stretch. A lot of welding left to finish. Most everything's tacked in as far as the intercooler pipes go, but let's take a look. All right, so starting from one end, we've got the turbo mounted. We've got a clamp on the intercooler. Intercooler's fully welded. We've got our mounts. Then we move into our pipes that we worked on a lot tonight. So we've got our Vibrant clamps. We have one pipe here, 290s, to another Vibrant clamp. Goes up into our 60, and then our tight radius 90 into the throttle body. So to give you an overview, we've got one clamp on the turbo to the intercooler and 3 HD clamps, 2 intercooler pipes. This is way better than what I had before. We've got just a tiny little air gap here off the radiator. We're going to build a little kind of hidden tab over there to keep it up off there. But I mean, guys, look at this. Super serviceable, 3.5 inch pipe, 6 inch thick intercooler. That new FP 84 millimeter. Man, this thing is ready to rock. So tomorrow Jake's gonna finish welding up the piping, and then we just need to make a mount for the turbo, and then run a couple lines, and she's ready to start up and hopefully head to the track. All right, so Jake's got all the pipes welded up, so let's start up here on top. We already had the throttle body, but we've got this connected. Look at that. Looking good. We drop down here. We got our vibrant clamp set up. I got to open that hole just a little bit. That's why you see the rag there, just so we're not scratching anything. But coming down, and we'll clean up the pipes. We've got our connection here. And finally down here on the intercooler. So 2 intercooler pipes. So what we've got left is we're going to put a blow-off valve. I think we're going to put it down here in this corner. Kind of tuck it down how it was before and hide it. We've got a bung for the air temperature sensor. It's going to go underneath. And then a vacuum reference line for the wastegates. And then after that, just finish up the turbo mount. But man, guys, look at this. Sick. 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 All right, we got everything done. Everything's buttoned up, ready to go. So let's start it. Driving home from Jake's, got most everything done we wanted to do, and seems happy. So get her home and keep modding.